Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I decided to jump on the tag wagon. I was not called out specifically to do this tag, but most everyone that has made them so far is just saying, hey, you know what, I just tag anybody that wants to make it. So I thought this would be so much fun, especially given the fact that I've only made 2 videos so far, and so this might give you a little bit more of an insight to kind of who I am personally, not just the candle side of me, because obviously that's just, you know, one peeled layer to who I am, but my other hobbies that I have, which movie collecting is kind of one of them. I love film and television. I mean, this is our generation. Like, that is obviously what we do to pass the time. It is obviously, one of the greatest art forms ever made. And there's just something for everybody when it comes to film and television. So I may have to break this into 2 parts because I do still have that stupid little 15-minute curfew thing going on. So I'm going to do what I can, but it is, I think, like 30-something questions. Like, I think I crossed off like 1 or 2, so I think it's like 30 questions. So I'm going to go through it kind of as quickly as possible, but yeah, so I'm just going to jump right in. So the first question is my favorite actor. Now, Tom Hanks is obviously like one of the best. He's been in the business a really long time, but I kind of thought that would be such an in-the-box response because it's kind of like, oh, who doesn't love Tom Hanks? So, and there's actually a question regarding him later, so I thought I would pick my next favorite person, which is Kevin Spacey. Absolutely love Kevin Spacey. Like, to me, he is one of the best dramatic, just thriller, even comedy. He's just one of the best that I've loved, that's been in the business a while. He does such ranges on things that he does, and he's just one of the greatest. I think I have every single movie he's ever made because he's just amazing. So yeah, Kevin Spacey, for sure. I'm just holding up one of his films, which is The Life of David Gale, so you have to check it out. It's definitely a very dark movie, very dramatic movie, but trust me, you will love it. And so the next is the favorite actress. And again, it's one of those things where, like, when you first think that, I'm like, oh, Sandra Bullock. But I still feel like she's just as much of an in-the-box answer as Tom Hanks would be. So I was trying to think again, like, you know, I don't want to pick the same basic people that everyone loves. Because, again, who doesn't love a Sandra Bullock movie? So I wanted to pick somebody that's kind of, you know, started out with my type of generation, of someone that I've kind of grown up to and that I love every movie she's ever made. Is Natalie Portman. I absolutely adore her, and again, she is one of these people that has just such a range of the types of characters that she can play. I mean, she definitely can tear your heart out, make you fall in love, make you hate her. I mean, she's just phenomenal, and she definitely deserved the Oscar that she got for Black Swan, because this movie is flippin' crazy. Like, it was not at all what I expected it to be, but with her, I've kind of learned that she definitely can just take you for a ride in any movie that she's in. But I love her to death. I love every single movie that she's ever made as well. So if you haven't seen Black Swan either, even if you don't like ballets or ballerinas, this is definitely a dark, twisted movie that I think most people would definitely enjoy. And so the next question is my favorite director. Now, this is going to be kind of an in-the-box answer because mine is Steven Spielberg, and mainly because he's obviously a type of director that I've grown up to watching everything he's ever made, but at the same time, like, you cannot tell me if you don't see previews of a movie of somebody painting a wall in their house, but you say, oh, it's made by Steven Spielberg, that it would not be a flippin' fantastic movie. So, yeah, I'm just gonna pick a random one of his films, which is Catch Me If You Can. One of my absolute favorites that he's ever done, even though he knows how to hit them out of the park with graphics and special effects and, you know, just terrific storylines. To me, Catch Me If You Can is one of the best ones, especially if you love the just whodunit type of thriller, you know. Absolutely love it. It's just such a great movie. But yeah, I mean, he never can do any wrong. I mean, he's Steven Spielberg. He's taught everybody in the business what they know. So, what's there not to love about Steven Spielberg? The next is a favorite independent movie. And because I do love my Natalie Portman, independent can be a very broad generalization because some movies can start independent, be bought up by production companies, turned into a blockbuster, but I kind of did a little bit of research, and really one of my favorites is The Other Boleyn Girl. It's made by Focus Films, which is really one of like the top independent companies. especially with things like Sundance festivals and such. Like, I love period pieces. Like, I'm just a sucker for, you know, anything that's in old clothing. I love Renaissance movies. I love things like this that just really take you back in time. It's just a whole different world, and this is definitely one where it kind of makes you hate Natalie Portman, but it's just such a catchy movie of just the true tale of Anne Boleyn and apparently her sister that most people had never known about. So it is definitely a great one if you love anything that has to do with period pieces, or because this is about Anne Boleyn and King Henry VIII. It's definitely a good, kind of a dark, awesome movie. It's not dry. It doesn't just talk, where you just feel like all they do is just quote and do monologues and things. Definitely a great movie, so especially for girls. I mean, I think it's kind of awesome. You've got that romance splashed in with a little, like, fierceness out of these ladies, so it's definitely a good one to check out. And the next one I actually don't have the movie of, and I'm so bummed. Like, I did not realize I did not own this. But it's my favorite Julia Roberts movie, which is hands down Erin Brockovich. Love that movie, and I did not realize that I did not have it. I'm kind of sad. I will definitely have to, like, make a point to go get it now. Obviously, Julia Roberts has done a pretty good bit of stuff, but to me, that's one of the things that just makes you want to take her more seriously. I mean, I definitely love things like Pretty Woman and Ocean's 11 and just stuff that's real fun and real girly or just real awesome, but to me, Erin Brockovich is just one of those movies that when I think of her and I think of, like, a mountain of a career, that stands out to me. Like, to me, that was just her best that I've ever seen her make. So yeah, that's definitely my favorite Julia Roberts. And then my favorite Tom Hanks movie, which, again, who doesn't love him? He does no wrong. I know a lot of people love Forrest Gump. They feel like that's kind of his best work, which it probably pretty well is. But just to kind of give a different answer, I love The Green Mile. It's actually a Stephen King novel that's been adapted. It's a few years old now, but it is absolutely awesome. I love these types of movies. It is just one of the best movies I think I've ever seen in my life. It's definitely kind of a darker movie. It's, you know, it's just more of a pure drama. It's not like, you know, like thriller or anything like that, but it is just really one of, I don't even know how to describe Green Mile. Most people, you know, have heard of it, they've seen it, but to me, this is one of those where I feel like Tom Hanks really takes the cake home with him, because he just pulls out such a performance and such range with the character he plays in this, and it's, you know, set into like a 40s, yeah, something like that, even probably sooner than that, prison, and he's a prison guard, but oh man, it is a tearjerker, it is just drama, it's one of his best. I mean, if I have to look outside of his Forrest Gump box, I love this movie. Love everything about this movie. You should definitely check it out. And so the next is my favorite comedy, and this is something that I personally just kind of grew up to, and I absolutely love it, is Mean Girls, because this movie to me will never ever get old. It was written by Tina Fey, so you pretty much know it's going to be awesome, but I guess because it did come out when I was in like late middle school, early high school, like this was one of those that's just hilarious, and no matter how many times I watch it, even being out of high school for a long time now, like it's still funny to this day. Like I laugh at the same stupid stuff in it, and even Lindsay Lohan, bless her heart, having kind of a, you know, washed up sort of career. I actually do kind of love her in this, but Rachel McAdams, this is obviously like the first movie I ever saw her in, and I love her. I've loved her since then. I love everything she's done since then, so definitely a good one, especially if you're a girl's girl and you love these type of popular chick movies. Mean Girls is great. So the next is my favorite romance, which this is one I watched over and over growing up, and hands down, and it's a little different. It's not The Notebook or anything, but Ever After, which is the one with Drew Barrymore in it. I absolutely love this one because it is such a different take on Cinderella. I mean, it's the same type of story, but it feels like real life with this one. Like, it truly felt as if Cinderella was a real person. This is kind of how it would all go down. It's not the typical, like, little just everything falls perfectly into place type Cinderella story. I mean, it's just definitely a little touch darker and a little bit more just like I said, it's like real life. It's just the mature version, and I watched this so much growing up, and I watch it still so much now as an adult, because to me it just never gets old. To me, this is one of Drew Barrymore's actually best because she can really disappoint sometimes, like really flop, and sometimes she can just knock it out of the park. This is definitely out of the park for me. So Ever After, oh, superb. The next is my favorite scary movie, which I actually picked 2 for this one because scary movies, there are so many out there, and you can really still even break it down into different kind of genres with it. So I picked 2 because I picked one for the more gory, like just grotesque, nasty, just makes you go crazy kind of movie. But then I wanted to pick one that's very boo-ah, like what was that, keeps your imagination going. So I picked Silent Hill as far as my more grotesque, just in-your-face scary movie. I grew up playing the video game. I absolutely still love playing this video game, but it's just... it's a whole nother world. Like, literally, it's supposed to be purgatory for this poor girl. So it is definitely a little bit on the more disturbing side. Like, it's more of a... it really messes with your head a bit, aside from just kind of having gross parts. Like, it's just really very deep. One of the darkest movies I think I've ever seen, which this one didn't have the greatest reviews with it, but they are coming out with the second one that's coming out this October. So I'm really excited about that one because this is just one of my favorite video games ever made, which turned into one of my favorite just scary movies that's ever been made. And then I also picked The Strangers for the more just keeps your mind wondering because it really never gives you answers. This is the very much people literally banging in the night. You don't know what they're doing, what they want, where they are, why they're there. It is just... it scared the crap out of me in theaters, and if I'm at home alone in the dark watching, this is one of those that still scares the crap out of me. So this is definitely a good one, but if you're very faint of heart, I would totally not watch this by yourself because this will scare the crap out of you. And so the next one is my favorite drama, which this can kind of be summed up in a thriller at the same time, but I do kind of look at it as kind of a drama, is Taken. Oh, love this movie. And Liam Neeson just never ever fails either. He's just one of those people that I pretty much have, I think, every movie he's made. Which, yeah, Taken could be more of a thriller, but I just look at it as the dramatic side because I just had to throw this one in here somewhere because this is one of the best, like, tracking them down revenge movies I have ever seen. I'm excited they're making the second one, and it's just totally awesome. He really knocks this one out of the park because... you're rooting for him, buddy. No matter how many people he kills and gets in his way, you root for him. So this is just one of my absolute favorites. And like I said, it's kind of more thriller than it is drama, but I'm just going to pick it for drama because I really wanted to throw that one in there somewhere. Next is actually my favorite family film. And I do have a few more like of these that are Disney-made movies kind of thrown in here. But so I kind of just spread them out the ways I saw that best fit for them. So my favorite family movie I picked was Cars. I mean, even though it doesn't have to be a kids type movie, it could be anything that's just feel good that kids are appropriate to watch. But to me, Cars is just the cutest thing that they could have ever really came up with, especially with the Pixar, you know, technology that they have now. Cutest idea ever. I mean, I absolutely love it. And even as a grown woman, like, I never get tired of this. We watch this on road trips. We watch it all the time. My husband loves it. It's one of those, it doesn't make you feel like a kid. It feels like it was kind of made for everybody. And, I mean, it's Cars. They're adorable. There's nothing wrong with that one at all. So yeah, I'm kind of coming up close to 14 minutes, so I'll just throw one more out there, and then I'll do my part 2. So the next is actually my favorite biopic, which is basically something based off of a real-life person in their life. Hands down, The Blind Side, the story of Michael Orr. This is like one of the greatest movies I think I've ever seen in my life. I've seen it so millions of times, it's ridiculous, and I never get tired of it. I never get tired of the people, I never get tired of the story. And I'm a Southern belle, so what can I say? I'm a little bit sucker that the fact they're in Mississippi and they have those little Southern twangs. But Blind Side, hands down, like just favorite biopic. Again, it's one of those that could have fit in any category, most watched, favorite movie ever, but I wanted to pick it for my biopic, so definitely. So I'm going to stop here with Blind Side, and I'm going to pick right up in just a second, so please stay tuned and check me out for part 2. See you in a minute, guys.